Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge, and welcome back to Crusader Kings 3. And I'm not gonna lie, I am very excited because we're back with Crusader Kings 3. We're properly back, which is wonderful. It's been a while, hasn't it? Hello again CK3, I've missed you. And today we're back to check out the new Roads to Power DLC, which comes out tomorrow as this video goes out, which adds all sorts of new and exciting bits and bobs into the game, a lot of which are to do with the Byzantine Empire. We have a new form of empire management, there are family estates that we can have now, there's an influence system, and very, very excitingly indeed, there are new fashions, which hopefully means some fantastic new hats for us to wear. Marvellous. However, there's also a whole new way to play the game, because rather than playing as a character who's got a title and land and a court and all that kind of stuff like you would normally do, you can now play as a landless adventurer. They have a merry band of people, and they go around just doing odd jobs for everybody else. They earn money and fame and such like as they go, and that's what we're going to do today. We're going to play as someone without a title and see if our dynasty can drag themselves up from hardly anything at all through to a mighty, mighty empire. So here we go. Without any further ado, let's dive right in and begin life as an adventurer in our brand new Crusader Kings 3 series. Okay, so here's our very familiar Crusader Kings 3 map, which is on a very lovely table, it must be said. I do like that. It's got a very fancy purple tablecloth going on. The purple, I imagine, linking to the Byzantine Empire. Got a few grapes down here. Little bit of wine going on. Got some coins and a brooch and a sword over there. Little book and a lamp over here. I do like that. And I know the tables are completely cosmetic. They don't do anything at all in the game, but I do like the fact that if you zoom out from the map, you get a nice table to look at. And I think they're different, aren't they? I think the tables are different depending on what DLC you've got currently installed. So I assume this is a kind of Byzantine Empire themed table, but I do like that. I like our fancy table. Anyway, moving on from our lovely fancy table, let's go and take a look at the map, because now we need to go and decide which part of the world we're going to go and start adventuring in. And there's quite a lot to choose from. So we've played in the Geek Cupboard two quite long running series of Crusader Kings 3. The first one began over here in England in Northamptonshire, because that's where I live. So that made perfect sense. I thought, you know what? I live here. Let's start over here, because then I'm going to be familiar with all the kind of place names and everything else. And that's all good. And you know what? It was wonderful. The Cupboard Empire went on to do amazing, amazing things. And then our second series began down here in the dusty lands of Delac. And that was because Delac wasn't very good. So I deliberately chose a place which was a little bit rubbish, so we would have a bit of a challenge. And you know what? We did well there too. So our empire spread, I think it was kind of almost, was it the entire of Africa possibly? And a bit over here as well. So we did a grand job there too. So now we need to pick another location to begin our journey. And so we've had over here in England, we've had down here in the very east of Africa. Where do we now begin our third Crusader Kings adventure? Okay, so I think we can rule out both Western Europe and Africa, because we've been there and done that already, haven't we? We did Europe in Series 1 and Africa in Series 2. So let's go somewhere else which kind of pushes us over to this part of the map, which is, I'll be honest, relatively unfamiliar to us. We've not really been over here in either of our two playthroughs, so we could choose to go up here. Look, this is where the Mongol Empire are going to appear, and that could be quite exciting. Or we could go down here into sort of, the modern day India kind of area. And I did see a location which I thought might be quite fun, and it's all the way right down here in the very, very bottom right corner of the map, the very southeast you can go over here. Look at that, right down there, a little place called, and let's try and get it right, Vijayabahu, which is amazing. What a wonderful name that is. So there is Vijayabahu, and I think that might be quite fun. I think we should start right down there in the very corner of the map in what is now modern day Sri Lanka. But yeah, it's quite near to lots of other things, which means because we're an adventurer, we will get quite a bit of work. If we started, say, over here on the Maldives, it would be very lovely. And we probably could have quite a lot of pina coladas out on the beach, because they're all like little sort of lovely tropical beachy islands, but I don't think there's going to be a lot of work over there. This place here is near to quite a big empire over here, look. A great big kind of kingdom or whatever it is over there. They might have quite a lot of work for us. So that, I think, is going to help us out in the very early days of the game. And as well, of course, we're not sort of tied to down here. we're an adventurer, so we can just go anywhere, really. We might end up wandering to, say, here, and then wander to here, and then wander over here. Who knows where we could end up? We might end up back in Northamptonshire, for all I know. I have no idea. Such is the life of an adventurer. So, yeah, I think we start all the way down here because it's a part of the world which, yeah, we've never even been to in Crusader Kings. In all of our playthroughs before, I don't think we've ever been down here before. We might have possibly got around here. We might have gone to this part of the world maybe, but I don't think we ever made it all the way down here. So that could be quite fun. So yeah, here we go. Let's go and become an adventurer in the little realm of Vijayabahu. And now, lovely people, I think it's about time that we met the character that we're going to be playing as to begin our wonderful new Crusader Kings 3 adventure. So everybody, please welcome the one, the only, Geethan Geek. And there is Geethan there. Hello, Geethan Geek. How are you? I like your beard, Geethan. You've got some good beard braiding going on. That's very impressive. Good job. So right now, Geethan is currently the only member of the Geek Dynasty because, of course, we had to create it. There wasn't a Geek Dynasty, funnily enough, so we've created one. There's the kind of family crest logo thingamajig. It's supposed to be the Triforce. You know, that's a bit geeky. The Triforce is sort of geeky. So Triforce triangle-y bits. And then the white bit is supposed to be sort of some sort of magic light shining out of the top of the Triforce. And the little sort of shape at the bottom is representing a geek holding up the Triforce, if you like. So, you know, there is a geek on the family crest. And, yeah, the geek is in a lovely shade of Geek Cupboard Corporate blue. And the triangles of the Triforce-y thing are sort of in a shade of Geek Cupboard Corporate yellow. So I've tried to get some Geek Cupboard Corporate colours in there. And then we've got the white and sort of this kind of purpley colour. I did want more of a sort of a hot pink, but I couldn't get that in. So that is the crest, if you like, of the Geek Dynasty. And we've chosen the name of the Geek Dynasty for a very particular reason, and it's possibly not the one that you think it might well be. So you're probably thinking, well, you're in the Geek Cupboard and you've chosen the Geek Dynasty. It's the word geek. The word geek is the link there, Penge. That's fairly obvious. But no, that isn't the actual link that I was going for, although it does work. It works quite well, but that's not the plan. The plan is quite a long-term approach. We are playing the long game with this. I'm thinking that maybe at some point in the future, in the very, very distant future, some descendant of Geethans might well rise to power and become an emperor. That will be the ultimate goal. That's quite exciting. That's what you kind of try to go for in Crusader Kings. And if that does happen, if we end up with a character who is a geek, who is also an emperor, that means they will be ruling over the Geek Empire. That's right, we've chosen the Geek Dynasty just so we can have a little bit of a rubbish pun at some point in the future, and instead of having the Greek Empire, we can have the Geek Empire. That's the only reason I've done it, because I think it sounds quite funny. I'd like to have a mighty geek empire that could possibly even outshine the achievements of the Greek Empire. Who knows? But that's why we're doing it. So there you go. This is Geethan Geek, everybody, of the Geek Dynasty. So what do we know about Geethan Geek? He's a male. His sexual orientation hasn't been determined yet. We're going to leave that on random and find out what it is when we start the game. He is of the Buddhist faith. His culture is Sinhala, I don't know how to pronounce that, I'm afraid, but that culture there of the Indo-Aryan heritage. And then over here we can see he's 20 years old, so he's relatively young. His weight is very much in the middle of the slider. And then we come to traits and skills. So we're going to play Geethan here as a very outgoing, very personable person. He likes chatting to people, and he's very, very diplomatic, is Geethan. He's very good at talking, so because of that, he's got a 4-star diplomatic education trait, Grey Eminence, so diplomacy +8, which is very, very good indeed, because, you know, he's good at talking, he's very diplomatic, he likes using words, and then his personality, I think, reflects that. So he's got gregarious, which of course is very sort of good for somebody who likes going out and talking, likes spending time with other people. He is ambitious, so +1 to all the skills, that's quite good, and he's also compassionate. He likes to sort of, think about what other people might be feeling, and he's not going to do things that are going to make other people sad. He likes to keep other people's sort of, thoughts and wishes and such like in mind. And very importantly, he's also a poet. I've given him the poet trait for a very particular reason. So in the Sinhala, again, I'm not saying it right, but in the Sinhala language, I believe, Geethan is a name that means he who gains honour through songs. So I thought, well, hang on, if he's a poet, we could call him Geethan, And a poem is a sort of song. You could write a poem and then sing it. So I kind of see Geethan as possibly a little bit of a bard almost. He writes his poems and then he sings them, and his name, Geethan, kind of represents that, which I think is quite good. I like that. So yeah, he's going to do a bit of poetry and a little bit of singing and such like. And then in terms of skills, diplomacy is 16, of course, because he's got that grey eminence. Martial is only 7. That's fine. It's poor. It could be worse. Stewardship is 11, very much average. Intrigue is terrible, as my characters often are, to be honest, because, you know, I don't do the intrigue so well. So intrigue is terrible. That's fine by me. Learning is good. Learning is 14 because, you know, he's quite smart, as well as sort of, you know, talking to people and being persuasive. He is also quite smart. And yeah, to sort of go with the martial thing, he's not that good at the old prowess. But other than that, I think he's okay. I think, you know, diplomacy is pretty good. Learning is good. Stewardship is okay. And then, yeah, martial and prowess, not overly high. But because we're an adventurer, we can choose the contracts we take. So we just won't go and do any jobs that involve fighting, because we're not that good at it. We'll go and do other jobs that involve, you know, reading books or talking to people or whatever. That's the plan, I think. So there we go. I think our wonderful sort of poetry-loving, very personable, talky, chatty, happy bard character Geethan is ready to go. And here we go, a brand new Crusader Kings 3 adventure begins, and we start with an event called The Roads We Walk. The path ahead stretches on, a lonely winding thread twining toward the distant horizon. My camp is quiet. Just a few scattered tents and pack animals yawning in the breeze. Strangers and hangers-on rise with the day, preparing for their morning chores with reluctance. Most are the miscellaneous chaff that flit in and out of a group on the road with each new settlement. Few faces catch my eye as the ones I recognise, at least in more than passing. Okay, so then we have 4 options. Fortunately, those I do are eloquent conversationalists. So it says over here, you start out with 2 followers skilled in diplomacy. Okay, right, so we have a little camp. This is kind of what we have now. We don't have a castle or a court or anything. We don't have any kind of other staff to look after us. It's just us and a little camp. And we have to welcome people into that camp. So if we choose this, we can get 2 followers who are skilled in diplomacy. Okay, or with these folk I shall build an empire, the Geek Empire maybe. We can get 2 followers skilled in stewardship. Or we could get 2 followers skilled in learning, or we could just sort of not take anybody, but that seems like a bad idea. Okay, maybe we don't go for the diplomatic followers, because we're quite diplomatic ourselves, so maybe we could get some other people to possibly cover other areas. I mean, maybe people skilled in stewardship. Hang on, let's have a quick look. So there's Geethan, looking significantly better now they're out the kind of rags from the character creator. They look quite good. Look at that. That's very nice. We'll get you a hat in a bit, Geethan. Don't worry. That's very important. We need to sort you out a hat. But, okay. So, yeah, stewardship is only 11. So maybe if we get 2 followers who are quite good at stewardship, if we do have to take on some sort of job that requires, I don't know, money counting or stewardshiping or whatever, they might be able to help out with that one and sort of pick up where we're struggling a bit. That might be quite a good idea. Or do we go for the whole intellectual thing? Although we're quite intellectual too. Let's go for the 2 stewardshipy people. So go for that. Boop. Okay. So I think now we're kind of into the game proper. So here we go. This is all very exciting. So yeah, we don't have anywhere to sort of properly live. We don't have a castle or whatever. We just can live in a camp, and here it is. There's our camp, and it's called Geek's Tabard. That's what the game has called our camp. Do you know what? We're keeping that. We're keeping that because that is completely amazing. Geek's Tabard is brilliant. The word tabard. Tabard's like a... Is it like an apron or something? A tabard? It's like an item of clothing. But yeah, I like that. Geek's Tabard. We're going to keep that. And yeah, here's our camp. So at the minute, we have a pavilion. But we can add things to the camp as we go along. We can add little kind of extra buildings to give us boosts and things. But right now, we only have this pavilion. So the pavilion is the heart of the camp, a cluster of tightly packed tents around its leader's residence. And it unlocks a second officer. We get a medium health boost because, you know, we have a nice tent to live under. And imagine, you know, it's warm and sheltered and such. And the number of domicile building slots goes up by 2, which I think is those 2 things there. So because we have that, we can then build another 2 little buildings over here. So there you go. So that's our camp right now. We have a big tent, and then some little tents around it, I imagine, and that's kind of it. Also, there's an elephant. Hello there, elephant. So yeah, there we go. That's our camp right now. And then we have to do all the regular Crusader Kings 3 stuff as well. It's not sort of so radically removed that we don't pick other things. We have to pick our lifestyle, for example. So do you know what? Let's begin by having a look at that. So have a quick check here, just to make sure that nothing's going to change, nothing's alarming or whatever. Yep, there are all the things. Oh, hang on. Okay, so yeah, we left that on random. So Geethan is homosexual. Okay, that might possibly... Is that frowned upon within the Buddhist faith? I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Can we find... I know. Same-sex relations is accepted. Okay, brilliant. So that's all fine. So well done. Yay, Geethan. This is going to be very good. Although, we do need to get an heir of some kind. We do need an heir. So, yeah, that you might possibly have to marry a woman to get an heir. And then... Oh, hang on. We can have secondary spouses. Oh, Geethan, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're going to sort this out, Geethan. Don't you worry. So there we go. So, yeah, so Geethan is homosexual. All these sort of stats are as we saw. That's all fine. So, yeah, we've got 40 gold, which is, yeah, not very much. 300 prestige, and I don't think very much piety. 100 piety, no dread, and of course no military strength, because we don't really have an army as such. We do build that up, but we have to kind of build that up ourselves by getting other people on board. We don't just sort of get it from having holdings and such, because of course we don't have any holdings, we don't rule any land kind of thing. Okay, right, so that's all fine. Quick look over here. Do we know any kind of secrets or anything? Nope, nothing going on there. That's all fine. So yeah, our realm is quite different too. Our realm is our camp, because our camp is where we live. That's kind of all we have to our name. So yeah, we've got a level 1 camp. It's down here in Magampura. Got some good names down here. This is very good. So yeah, there we are. Sort of camped over here. It's on the map, look. There's a little kind of tiny camp set up. And yes, we do have a camp purpose. And we can change this, but I think you can only change it once, I believe. I don't think you can keep changing the camp purpose around. So at the moment, we're just wanderers. We are wanderers. We sort of wander about and we take on whatever contracts we can. These square things on the map, they are different contracts that we can take on. So yeah, if we stay as just wanderers, we get the bonus of equal chance to find contracts of any type, may change for any other camp purpose without paying hefty prestige. Okay, right, so maybe that's our kind of baseline camp, and then we can change to other camp purposes, but then if we change to, say, become scholars, and then try to swap to become explorers, that's going to cost us quite a lot of prestige. Okay, that's fine. So... at the minute we're wanderers, we don't want to become swords for hire because we're not very good at that kind of thing. So let's sort of overlook that entirely. Become scholars. Okay, that's possibly more our kind of thing. So monthly lifestyle experience up by 20%. You get more learning and stewardship contracts. That's quite good. Find slightly more diplomacy contracts. That's also very good. And then we get different camp upgrades. So we then unlock reference corpus, morticians, tools, siege engineers, scribes, various other bits and bobs. If we become explorers is more diplomacy and intrigue contracts. We're slightly more martial. Okay, so I don't think that's overly our kind of thing, because yeah, intrigue and martial aren't really yours. They're our lowest ones. So let's not do explorers. And freebooters is prowess and intrigue. Okay, and the swords for hire is prowess and martial. Okay, so really, we're going to have to go down the route of scholars. More learning and stewardship, that's okay. We're good at learning. Our 2 followers are good at stewardship. And yes, slightly more diplomacy contracts. We're very good at diplomacy. So maybe, to begin with, we switch over. Let's move away immediately from wanderers and become known as a scholarly bunch. We're sort of the people you get in contact with to, I don't know, do your tax returns or fill in some complicated forms or something, or I don't know, help you with a crossword. I don't know, that kind of thing. So let's do that and become scholars. So boop, we are now a scholarly camp, which is good. Oh, and look, the little kind of portraits changed down the corner. We've got a book. We've got a book out and a quill. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay, I like that. That's very good. Okay, so we're doing some writing down there, which is brilliant. Okay, let's tend to our regular kind of things. Let's deal with the regular stuff. So, lifestyle. we need to pick a lifestyle. So we're going to go down diplomacy because, of course, we're very good at that and we get 40% more experience in it. So we will pick that, thank you. And we've gone for thoughtful already. Okay, so we've already got thoughtful. However, we don't have as many focuses to pick because, we only have a very limited kind of scope of things we do. So we have to pick the heralding focus. Carry the banner of others. Make sure your name is known. Okay, so general opinion of us goes up by 10. Scheme phase length. So diplomatic schemes are going to take 15 days. Okay, that's quite interesting. 15 days faster per scheme phase. Okay, so we kind of cut down the number of days it takes to do diplomatic schemes. Travel speed is up. And then, we get 40 per month because of our boots. Okay, we'll pick that. So select that. Thank you very much. And I don't think we need to reset this. I think diplomat could be quite good. Diplomat would be quite good. Diplomacy +3. And then, independent rulers liking us and such like. I think the independent rulers can... that you're in the land of, they can do stuff too. I'm fairly sure. I'm not 100% sure what they can do, but I think, if you're a nuisance, they can come and sort of cause problems, I believe. So it might be quite good if we could make the rulers of the land around us like us a bit more. That would be quite good. That's also quite good. A lot of these go, but we'll go down this one, I think. We'll go down this. And some of them are a little bit different, like content camp. You wouldn't get that when you're a proper kind of landed person, because of course you don't have camps. But that one there is about having a content camp, which is quite good. So I think a few of them, like camp guard as well, look. A few are possibly slightly different if you're an adventurer as to if you're just like a regular landed person. But okay, so we'll pick that. And we have to work our way toward another one of those perks, which is wonderful. We have no heir. That's fine. That's understood. Yes, we have no heir because, of course, we're not married or whatever. That's all good. What are the things is the game telling us to do? So, few champions. We do have some criminal contracts. Okay, hang on a minute. What are these? So, our current contracts nearby. Hang on, we should possibly look at this. We've got 3 contracts that people would like us to do. And they're 3 criminal contracts. Okay, so somebody here would like us to murder somebody. That's an intrigue scheme. Somebody there would like us to do a prowess martial or intrigue challenge, and that is prowess. Okay, so this is a bit unfortunate because we're rubbish at all of these things. We are pretty terrible at those. So maybe we need to move camp to pick up some new contracts because we can't do any of these. These are all beyond our abilities right now. We can't do any murdering or mugging or ambushing. Because we're happy reading a book. We don't want to go mug people. We're too busy reading and writing poetry and such. So we do need to move the camp around. A few champions. I think you can get... there's our 2... Are they our 2 people? Are they the 2 camp followers that we've got? There we go. Look, we've got 2 followers. So let's check them out. Oh my goodness me. So Mahasata has got a stewardship of 25. Wow, Amitta has got 21. Okay, you're both very, very impressive. You're both very good at the stewardship. I mean, you're not too shabby at all the things, Mahasata. I mean, you're not too bad either, to be fair, Mitta, but Mahasata's a tiny bit better. We do have different kind of roles in the camp as well. So we do have a physician, a caravan masters, and a second in charge, and bodyguards, and all that kind of stuff. And I think, we unlock things as we go along. A physician. Right, they're both terrible at doing doctoring. We might need to get ourselves some sort of doctor in. Otherwise, that might be quite bad. If we get injured, we're going to end up being a bit dead. So we don't really want that to happen. Anything else going on? So what activities can we do? We can go on a pilgrimage. We can go on a hunt. We can indulge in some camp revelry just to lose some stress. And it does take up some provisions. Because, we have provisions. That's another new thing, actually. We have provisions now. So we have an amount of food. Because, we don't live in a castle and people aren't making us food and bring it to us. We have to go and get our own. So we currently have 2,500 food, which I think is quite good. We can move about a fair bit with that, I believe. So, if we do have a little bit of an exciting party at the camp, that will cost us provisions. And we can go to a university and pick up various kind of traits and skill points and what have you. But, okay, that's it's a little bit expensive right now. We can't afford to do some of these things. Okay, so I think, given that we can't do any ambushing or mugging or murdering, and we could try, but we're going to be rubbish. Maybe we move the camp around a little bit, or we could possibly go into the town and just have a look around. You can do 3 other things. So there's move the camp. So yes, the little wheel thing is how we can move around. So if we do that, we could move to, I think, where can we move to? Can we move to somewhere lit up? What if we want to move to there? Could we do that? That would cost us 550 of our food. And then, yes, of course, we have the kind of regular Crusader Kings travel mechanics of danger and events popping up and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so we can move over there. So yeah, with our 2,500 food, we can move quite a long way. Or, if we go back down to the camp, we could gather provisions. So we can go and just scour the land and grab some berries and run into people's gardens and nick their carrots or whatever. Or we could visit the local castle. And I think we begin by having a trip to the castle. So here we go. Come on, Geethan, let's go to the castle. So we can either listen to exotic stories or recruit followers. We can train with Rohana's elite guard or recruit warlike followers. We can buy provisions, sell artifacts, or look at contracts. And maybe that's what we want to do. So yeah, okay, let's visit the castle, shall we? There we go. So Magampura, the main square. And it looks very nice. Look at that. Very fancy indeed. Few places are as majestic as a castle, and Magampura is no exception. Sinala's troops and banners are visible everywhere in the city. As we pass through the main gates, I spot a handful of guards peeking out from the embrasures above. My follower, Mahasata, looks around with a content face, seemingly enjoying the change in scenery. Ah, there's Mahasata there. Okay, so we can look at the castle, we can mingle with the locals, or we can do something else, or we can just go back home. I mean, maybe if we go to the tavern, we might be able to listen out for another contract. So possibly let's do that, shall we? The tavern, gathering travellers and local Sinhalas alike, is brimming with activity. Incidental, I'm going to say Sinhalas until maybe somebody in the comments tells me otherwise, because I'm not quite sure. It might be Sinhala or Sinhala. I'm going to say Sinhalas, and if that's right, brilliant. If it's wrong, people in the comments will hopefully correct me, and then next time I shall say it right. So there we go. So yeah, it's brimming with activity. A storyteller is seated by the fire a bit further in, and up front, gathering of shabby chums are pestering the server for more spiced wine. By the entrance, I spot an inconspicuous hooded figure, someone who clearly values their privacy. Okay, so I wouldn't mind hearing a story, see who's up for recruitment, or what an intriguing hooded figure. Okay, we're going to go and see what the hooded figure's about. The hooded figure subtly slips through the tavern and down a stairwell into the cellar. I look around gingerly as I follow him downstairs. Oh, hang on a minute. Are you going to hurt us, possibly? Hopefully not going to hurt us. At the bottom, he sits down by a chair fronted by a desk and lets the hood fall. I assume you recognise me by my reputation. The heinous and three-fingered criminal Samanta. Yes? I have tenderised people for slighter insults. Now what do you want? Samana's gaze fixates on me as he raises an inquisitive eyebrow. Oh no. Okay, hang on a minute. So can we just go away? I could use a man of your skill. Pay 80 monies, we can't do that. A professional of your calibre would thrive in my camp. An intrigue challenge where we have an entire 1% chance of success. I think let's not do that one. Or could you teach me the craft? And we gain the trait gallows bait. Oh no, that looks bad. That looks bad. Legitimacy claims and more expensive, whatever it is, and legitimacy loss is plus 25%. Okay, so yeah, this is petty criminal stuff. We are not known as a petty criminal. So Geethan's like, nope, we're not doing that, because he's compassionate. He doesn't want to do crime because crime means there's a victim. And he doesn't like it when people are victims because he's compassionate. He wants them to be sort of happy. So, no, we're just going to go. On second thought, we're going to go now. Bye-bye. See who's up for recruitment. I wouldn't mind hearing a story or two. Yeah, let's sit by the fire and listen to an exciting tale. And then Kutar spun the golden yarn into a magnificent robe, wide as the night sky and long as eternity. But that story is for another time. The storyteller gives me a mysterious smile, leans back in his fireplace seat, and takes another sip of spiced wine. Ooh, spiced wine, nice. Okay, so the story had a few good points. Ooh, there is an 11% chance that our stewardship could go up by 1. That's quite good. Or we gain 100% stewardship lifestyle experience, or we gain exotic stewardship for 3 months. So stewardship up by 3, base value up by 1. Or we could pay them a big pile of money and get Hasteluder. Okay, so this is sort of, yes, the skill thing you have if you did the tournaments thing from the Tours and Tournaments DLC. But yeah, you can do the wit tournaments. It's not about fighting. You can do the clever chess one. Or lose some stress. Or on second thought, just leave. I mean, we might as well give this a go. We're not going to pay him 25 money to get that skill, because that's quite expensive. And we don't need to lose stress because we haven't got any. So we might as well give that a go. There is an 11% chance that our stewardship could go up, so let's give it a go. And we got the one which is kind of more expected. So there we go. Our stewardship goes up. How about, let's head back over here. Maybe pop up to the castle. Can we possibly find somebody to give us a contract? The Magura Castle grounds are, as expected, furnished for martial purposes, with casts of arrows, stray pole weapons, a handsome stable, and the like. The training ground is just outside the gates, and a handful of garrison guards are dawdling around the entrance, either half asleep or polishing their weapons. Masata looks around contemplatively, and then ponders a robust banner depicting the Vijay Bahu coat of arms gently swaying in the wind. We look a little bit nervous for some reason. Okay, so visit the training grounds or get some people. We don't need to get any people. What happens if we visit the training grounds? Do we do some training? Oh, we can up our prowess. We can up our prowess. Ooh, we've got a big, exciting, curved sword thingamajig. Okay, so we could up our prowess. Or, but that, well, yeah, look at that. That's quite good. We could potentially pick up a Master of Arms, but we haven't got a proving grounds back at our camp. So Master of Arms won't have anywhere to go, so we can't do that one. Okay, so I think, yeah, we've just sort of checked out various kind of things. Okay, no, that didn't do much, did it? Head out the castle. Okay, I was thinking of something else. Supplies. Here we go. The town crier might have something for us. Okay, so we've kind of gone to a sort of a different bit of the town, if you like. Gone to a different bit of the town. Okay, so have a word with the town crier. The town crier perks up as I approach, incessantly chattering about the nearby contracts posted by by local nobles. Sorry, he's accompanied by a friendly, shifting white and brownish grey old cat who looks at me with the clearest blue eyes as I intently listen to the narrated listings. Adventurers wanted for a treasure hunt, able bodies needed for martial duties, discreet experts required for lucrative opportunities. Oh, okay, I'm interested. Treasure hunt. Oh, it costs 75 our prestige. They all cost 75. Okay, so 2 hireling contracts. What does that do? A hireling contract typically involves hired muscle work such as guarding rulers, merchants and bolstering garrisons. Okay, we're not much good at that. We're not much good at the fighting. 2 criminal contracts, don't want to do that. A treasure hunt, though. Bring an old and withered adventurer to find their final treasure. Yeah, we want to do that. Yeah, let's go on a treasure hunt, please. Okay, so now we have a new contract. It's kind of appeared underneath, I believe. Hang on a minute, hang on. Can we... Okay, let's head back. We'll head back out of here. Okay, we're done at Magura Castle, or whatever it is. So we're done there. Here's the new contract. Okay, the treasure of a lifetime. The retired treasure hunter Lasani needs help locating one final elusive hoard. This remains valid as long as you have the treasure map in your possession. Okay, so we could just do it in a year's time, but do you know what? We're going to do it now. It requires you to travel to the treasure location via the excavate treasure decision. Okay, so if we succeed, we get paid 50 money, and this is how we earn our keep. This is how we have to earn money, by doing things like this. So we earn 50 money, we lose some stress. Because this will put you above your provisions capacity, the additional 1,000 will be sold on the market for 0, and we gain no provisions. But that's because right now we're capped out. Maybe by the time we've travelled to wherever the treasure is, that might have come down a bit. And then potential failures, we spend 75 prestige, and the treasure hunter really doesn't like us. Okay, do you know what? We will take that contract. Treasure map, the one that got away. How exciting. Lasani walks up to me and pats my shoulder. Such a good lad. I truly appreciate your aid in this one final excursion. Oh, thank you, Lasani. No worries. She hands over a tattered treasure map. Hang on, we can go over it. Oh, it's a proper inventory artifact thing. It's an actual thing. Prestige up by 0.01 a month. Wow, such riches. She hands over the map, the wrinkles around her eyes softening as she smiles. It may not look like much, but I wrestle with Mara himself to obtain this. Treat it with care. Pausing for a moment to let the words sink in, the old woman then cackles, whenever you're ready, we've a treasure to dig up. Okay, do you know what? We're not doing anything else. Let's head out, shall we? Okay, so Lasani joins the camp, and yeah, we like her a bit more. Here we go. A treasure map coupled with a retired adventurer's final plea. I'm getting old and my body is failing. Find this elusive treasure and bring it back to me. My time is running short. Oh dear. Okay, so start travel to Nagarada. Nagarada. Nagarada in the county of Medapata. Okay, I don't know these place names yet. I'm sure they'll become familiar at some point soon, but I don't know anything about them now. Okay, so organise the travel. So travel with the camp or travel without the camp. I think let's move the camp. Let's take the camp somewhere else because these contracts here are not ones that we can do. So if we move somewhere else, we might be able to then pick up some different contracts. So yeah, travel with our camp, please. And it is... Oh! Hang on. We have to get on... Oh, it's really far away. Okay, this is how this game works. We are going to head over here. Oh, crikeys. Okay, right. Travel options. Scout for talent. Travel speed comes down. No, we don't want that. We want... Oh, crikey. Oh, here we go. Right, we can do these things. We really want to bring the danger down. What if we hired... for 10 of our 40 money, some experienced captains. See danger down by 45. Because, yeah, we've got 6 high chance of dangers and 4 medium chance of danger. So if we hire those... Oh, yeah, look at that. No high chance of danger. Just because we've got some people who know how to do boating. I think that'll do. Yeah, well, we don't want to spend much more money because we haven't got a lot of money. And of course, we don't really have a kind of an income. We don't overly have an income right now. So, yeah, okay, we don't have a caravan master either. Can we employ a caravan master? Oh, Mahasata's good as a caravan master. Yeah, appoint you into that role. So army movement speed is up and you're excellent at the job. Supply limit goes up and a court grandeur goes up. We don't have a court yet, but that's fun. If we appoint you to... that they get 6 months it's going to take us to make that journey. So our first trip is going to take us away from where we currently are all the way over here on a boat, and it's going to take 6 months. Okay, that's fine, but there we go. So the caravan master's in, 1 in the entourage. Okay, yeah, let's begin travelling, shall we? 830 provisions that's going to cost. So it's cost a bit of food to get over there. But do you know what? We've got the provisions already kind of stocked up. So here we go. Let's begin our first little journey. Let's start travelling. Okay, so people have come along for the travel entourage. And yeah, we're going to pack the camp up, I think. I think the camp is on the move. Yeah, we're travelling through Ohana with the camp. So now it's time to... And I think we all know this. I think we all know that spacebar is pause. We don't need to ask the question in Crusader Kings 3, I don't think. We know that spacebar is pause. I can happily confirm that it is because we sort of already knew that. So I'm going to press spacebar, unpause time, and now the adventure begins. And here we go. We've popped on a little boat and we're making our way over here. There is other stuff going on, look. There's other stuff happening. Hang on. Is our camp... Our camp is still there. I thought we were moving the camp. Travelling with camp. You are travelling through Rohana with your camp. Oh, I kind of thought the camp was going to come with us. Have we got to go all the way back over there then? Okay, that might be a thing. So we'll get over here on our big long boaty journey. Get to there, do what we need to do. And then we'll have to come back and possibly pick the camp up and go somewhere else. But okay, right, that's fine, that's fine. Okay, I mean, there's nothing much going on the sea right now, hopefully. Although, oh, there we go. Yeah, we are still moving. Our GPS isn't quite keeping up with the boat there, but never mind. So yeah, let's get back over here and then see if anything happens when we get to land. Because I imagine, is that where the danger's going to be? I think the boat captain's got rid of the boaty danger, but we might still have a little bit of danger going through these sort of little counties or whatever they are over here. So yes, we shall see. Let's tick time on and yeah, get over here. Hang on a second, should I not have equipped the map for the journey so we can get a little teeny tiny bit of prestige? I think maybe that's what we should do. I assume it counts as a trinket, does it? Yeah, okay. I mean, it doesn't do much, but it's better than nothing. It's a teeny tiny 0.01 prestige per month, which, you know, we're not going to have it for that long, but it's better than a kick in the face, isn't it? So, okay, yeah, that's fine. Back we go to a spot of boating. The boaty bit of the journey is nearly done. I think now we come up to the land bit of the journey. Okay, and there you go, look. Our camp is sort of coming with us. Here we go. Oh, people around camp have gifted Mahasata a sobriquet. I don't know what that is. What's one of those? Based on his personality and traits. He is now known as Mahasata the Stranger. Okay, is that a good thing to be known as? Why would you be the stranger? You're cynical and you're diligent. I still can't. I'm amazed at your stewardship 25. Base of 16. Good grief. Okay, yeah, like a sobriquet is like a title sort of a thing. Like a little sort of nickname sort of thing. Okay, that's fine. But yeah, there we go. Our camp is coming with us. So I'm going to assume that if we look down here, it's no longer there. Yes, okay, so we've picked it up and we've moved it around. Okay, so let's just get to our destination over here and hope that we don't get any problems. Botherations! We've hit a problem. Slope! I hear Mitta shout out in panic. Soon thereafter I hear a loud cracking sound, like that of wood breaking or of my patience finally snapping. I step out onto the dirt, see the splinter remains of a wagon wheel. My wagon wheel! I'm sorry, my liege. It was my turn as lookout and I fell asleep at the reins. Okay, so Mitta's nodded off whilst, driving the cart, and now our sort of wheel is broken. So curses, we're going to be late, we're delayed by 5 days. Or we spend 75 prestige and we're 2 days delayed. It's fine. It's whatever. If it takes 5 days to get the wheel sorted out, it's going to take 5 days. We don't really have that much prestige to be spending on a slightly quicker wheel repair. So, do you know what? It's fine. We're going to be late. It's okay. And don't you worry, Mitta. Don't you worry. We're all very forgiving about this. We're very sympathetic. It's fine. You nodded off. You were a bit weary. Not to worry at all. Okay, right. So our camp has moved. So yes, the camp is now located over where we are. So already, I know this is in the way, but we've moved. We've moved location. So we've gone from down here in the very bottom right southeast corner of the map on a fun boaty journey over to here. So already we've kind of shifted quite a big distance in terms of the actual game map itself. And who knows where we're going to go next. We could go over here. We could go back down here. We could head over to here possibly. We will find out. But first things first, we've got treasure to find. Okay, so treasure map, a bird in the hand. We arrive in the Nagadra countryside early afternoon and begin looking for clues as to where the marker on the treasure map might point. Walking about the hills, I notice a well-hidden cavity in a rocky cliff. It leads into a small cave. The interior of the grotto looks to be a secret shrine to some obscure deity, and under the eyes of unfamiliar spirits, I fail to find anything of value but a single gold bauble on an offering plate. Okay, so I suppose my employer should be informed, or not much to celebrate here. Okay, so I'll save this for later. Oh, I see. So if we nick the gold bauble, we gain a bit of money, we spend some prestige, and Lasani leaves. She goes, and then yes, we get this gallows bait petty criminal trait thing again. And yes, it's a failure. No, we don't want to do that. We're going to keep searching. We're going to keep searching. So yeah, okay, we're going to lose stress. Haven't got any, but there we go. Treasure map is worth 2 in the bush. Lasani can barely contain her excitement as I return to her tent. Gold, you say? How's that for one final treasure? A twinge of melancholy, doubtlessly at the thought of an adventure's end, flits across her face as she concludes this affair. I'm grateful for this golden windfall, dutifully delivered. Go with my thanks. Pleasure doing business with you. Oh! Hang on, was that gold bauble thing what she was after? Was that what she was after? But we didn't take it ourselves. We've gone, there's a gold bauble thing in there, and she's gone, oh, brilliant, that's what I was looking for. Thank you. Oh, there you go. Pleasure doing business with you. Okay, so she pays us 62 monies. We lose more stress. Okay, so yeah, we topped back up with provisions. So I think when we do this, we're going to go back up to 2,500. The 170 excess that we couldn't store are going to be turned into 8.5 gold, which is no bad thing at all. So yeah, there we go. We do that, and now we're over here. We've completed a contract, which is good, so that's quite nice. And now we're over here in this part of the world. So we've got a little bit more money than when we started with, and we're down on prestige, and piety is creeping up actually. That's going up quite a bit, and the provisions have topped back up too. And we have 3 champions. Do we have 3 champions? We've got Mahasata, hang on, the Karamaster and champion. Oh yeah, all right, so 2 Mahasatas and then a Mitta. Okay, this person here, very good at fighting. I assume we've just picked them up as we've gone along. We've just sort of, they've joined us as one of the people that sort of drop in and out. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Let's force you to be a champion fighty person because you're really good at whacking people with swords. Okay, right, that's good. So now, what do we do over here? So I think, we'll run time on a tiny bit. Let's just see if contracts appear. I don't know how that works. Ah, here, look. There's some over here. And that looks like one that we could possibly... Hobnob with ruler? We can go and eat a hobnob with a ruler. I don't think it means eat hobnobs. Although hobnobs are a delicious biscuit. So it would be quite fun if we could go and have a nice hobnob with a ruler. That would be brilliant. Okay, so let it be known that the munificent Samanta of, oh crikey, Mahadavasaka extends his generous hospitality to worldly and deserving travellers. Oh yeah, can we go and do that? Let's go and have a chat. Amusing foreigners wanted. I mean, we can do poetry. We could write an amusing poem. Yeah, let's go and do that. Travel to accept. And we don't need the ship captains because we're just going along here. And we can't move the camp, I don't think. I think we're going that way. We do what we need to do. And then we come back again. Okay, so four locations where there's a medium chance of danger. And it's going to take 28 days because, yes, we have our amazing caravan master properly ramping up the speed. I don't know what they've done. They've taken the speed limiters off the horses or something, and they're just like proper going for it. Yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's accept that contract, and we shall have a little journey down here to go and hobnob with a ruler, or maybe eat hobnobs with a ruler, who knows. Travel the language barrier. It seems our caravan has become a little lost in these foreign lands. Masatra has been trailing us around Jagandamba for hours, and though he at last swallowed his pride and asked for directions, he does not appear to be an expert Gurjar speaker. Oh dear, let me try. So a combined diplomacy and learning challenge. Oh, we're quite good at that though. 62% chance that we gain 7 days, 37% chance that it's delayed by 7 days. I mean, Joe, let's give it a go. And it's delayed. We are lost. Ah, dearie me. Okay, so we went into some woods and then we got lost. Marvellous. And now we have another issue we have to deal with. Danger mountains out of molehills. Wonderful. The road has gotten incredibly hilly the past few hours and everyone is beginning to weary. After a while longer, with no end of the hills in sight, one of my travelling companions, Masata, approaches me and says, "My lord, our mounts cannot carry on like this for much longer. The poor animals need a break, or I fear they'll collapse. We must stop to rest." He knows full well that this will delay our journey to that place there with the incredible name, Mohadavasaka, which is our ultimate destination. Okay. I mean, Geethan here is quite compassionate, so he would give the horses a rest. He wouldn't want to see them suffering from exhaustion or whatever. So, okay, we're going to delay the journey by 10 days. I mean, I thought maybe give them like a few hours. Don't give them a 10-day rest. Good grief. Okay, so we can either say, yes, we're going to have a bit of a sit down and delay the journey by 10 days, or Mahasata's just going to get a bit grumpy with us. But I think, yeah, he wouldn't do that. Geethan wouldn't do that. So, no, it's okay. We'll have a little bit of a sit down for 10 entire days. We'll just stand here. We'll enjoy the view. I'm sure there's some places we can go to, some tourist hotspots or something. And are we there? There we go. Making friends in high places. Okay, so that's the chap that we've come to meet. He's the guy with the hobnobs. Okay, get the tea out. We'll eat the hobnobs with the tea. Samanta Mandalika is a lonely man in a position of power, making it perversely hard for him to meet people who don't want anything from him. My company is supposed to be different, a chance to make an actual connection. It's not, of course. I want just as much or more than any other hanger-on, but it's a nice fantasy to believe for a while. My followers and I will be gone before he suspects anything. Okay, so hobnob with him. Okay, so what's that? Success chance, -3%. Your diplomacy is +17. Contract is for account -20. Growth based on your diplomacy plus 11.9% per phase. Okay, so we've got to go through various phases, I think, by the look of it. So let's just get on with our task. So this option adds agent slots that give a balanced range of contributions. Or, remember we're here to earn. Okay, so that's a higher success chance. Or, the sooner we're done, the sooner we're back on the road. That decreases the scheme phase length. Okay, we want success chance. So remember, we're here to earn. Okay, so how does this work then? So we click that. Okay, hang on a minute. Pause time. Now we have a little thing over here. Okay. Oh, is this how intrigue's done now? This might be how intrigue is done now. Okay, so we have to add various people into these positions here to then try to get this sorted out. Okay, right, let's have a little look at what we've got to do then. Okay, so the diplomat positions require diplomacy and intrigue. Okay, we're not that good at that. The shill is intrigue and diplomacy, the bodyguard is prowess and martial, and the herald is diplomacy and stewardship. Okay, we might be able to do something with that. That might be okay. So what was it? Diplomacy and stewardship. Okay, so let's get Mahasatra on that one, please. Okay, so let's order you to go and do that, please. So you go and sort that out. That brings down the phase length. But then, yeah, we want to try and get this increased. Okay, so diplomat is diplomacy and intrigue. Okay, the other Mahasatra's got no intrigue at all. So let's put Mitta in as one of our diplomats. Okay, the potential success chance went up the tiniest bit. And then a bodyguard, surely the other Mahasatra's quite good at that. Prowess and martial. Martial 11, prowess 18. Yeah, pop you in there. Absolutely. You go and do that. Okay, so hang on. So has the scheme potential just gone up to 51%? So, okay. Now, I will admit I'm not entirely sure how this all works out. So let's run some time on and just see what happens. So if we run time down another 70 days, what happens on the next phase? Does something else happen? I don't know. Or do we execute the scheme? Spend advantages to interact with your hobnob with ruler scheme. I don't think we have any advantages. Yeah, we haven't got any of those, I don't think. Seize the moment, execute with confidence. Okay, oh, okay, hang on then. So if we run time on to the end of this, oh, paid in advance. There's no guarantee that Samanta Mandalika will ultimately end up giving me the gifts I crave, no matter how well I simper at his feet. Okay, so we're just basically grovelling before this man and he's paying us to do it. We're just going to be incredibly nice to him. It's clear I must act, applying all the pressure I can to acquire a loan in advance. Then, if he graces me further, I'm laughing, and if not, my efforts are recompensated. Okay, an 81% chance of just sort of, yeah, trying to be a bit schmoozy with him and get 112 money out of him. That's quite good. 74% chance that he pays 75. We might as well do the first one. 60% chance we get 37 or play it so. No, let's do this one. 81% chance we get 112 money. There we go. We've just been given a huge pile of cash. That's quite welcome. Excellent. Okay, so let's get this phase thing done and we'll see what happens. So, boop. Ah, okay. We've acquired one little kind of advantage thing. Okay, so we need quite a lot of these. So we can seize the moment, or we can execute with confidence, leverage advantages, or cover every angle. So every phase, do we get one of the... Have we got to hobnob with this man for about a year? Okay, this could be quite tricky, couldn't it? We haven't got anybody else to add, because we haven't got more people in our little merry band. Okay, what's all this? Countermeasure focuses. Redouble guard. Oh, that's people spying on us, isn't it? Oh, no, that's fine. No, that's okay. We don't need to worry about that. Okay. Okay, so now do we just have to keep... We need 5 of these things. We need 5 of these. Yeah, we're on 9%. Oh, okay. So plenty in common. Oh, we got an achievement. Yay. Life in close quarters tends to magnify relationships, good and bad. Fortunately for Mahasata and Mahasata, their common interest in obeying the duly appointed laws of the land, indeed any land, has proven to be a strong bonding agent. The two laughing and joking together at camp and riding alongside one another on the road is becoming an increasingly common sight. Well, that's quite nice. Encourage the friendship. Yeah, why would we not encourage it? Absolutely, yeah, become buddies. And then also try and get them to like us a bit more too. That'd be quite nice. Oh, they thought we were overbearing. Okay. Brilliant. I'm glad that worked. The great and the good. There are always those at court with more sway than others, and Samanta Mandalika's halls are no different. Some people stride through the corridors, some scuttle to get out of the way. If I really want to make an impression, it couldn't hurt to choose one of the local social elite on my side, but who to choose? And I have much in common. Okay, that's a stewardship challenge. That's an intrigue challenge. That's a learning challenge. Or we don't do it at all, but we don't have... The learning challenge has most success. And we do like a bit of learning. Okay, so learning challenge against Jayanarayan. Okay, so you there at the end. We do only have a 29% chance of success. But it's more than all of the others. Oh dear, what happens if we don't do that? Maximum scheme success chance down by 10%. Oh crikey. Or, oh, we need this to work. We need that to work. And it did not work. Okay. Has that slowed things down quite drastically? I think it might have done. Botherations. Okay. Okay, right. So, next phase. We're on 2 little key things. Oh, dearie me. Okay. Right. Yeah, we need 5 advantages. We're going to be here for ages. Chatting to this guy. The people at our camp will just think we've gone. My liege, have you heard what they call you? My champion Mahasata says to me while paying close attention. They call you Master Geethan the Poet. Not what you would call flattering, perhaps, but it's unlikely that you can do anything to change it. For what it's worth, I promise not to call you by that name, Mahasata says and smiles. The poet? What? Preposterous! Oh, I quite like that. Isn't that good? I like that. Wherever you go, the sound of a pen awkwardly scratching out rhyme and verse shortly follows. That's fine, isn't it? I like that. I like the poet. Travails of a cook. I don't think we're being unreasonable, snarks the cook, who presumably drew the short straw on coming to speak to me, waving an arm dismissively at the surrounding terrain all the while. So many hillside pastures for miles around, yet we cannot seem to spare the time to stock up on some of the little luxuries that make our food bearable. I sigh, weary of the conversation already. I wonder which of us will break first. These feel like the ravings of a lunatic. I checked the stocks just this morning, and we should be well supplied for months yet. Okay, so what are you even complaining about? I mean... We are compassionate, so we probably understand his thing, but we don't need any provisions. We've got 2,500. Absolutely not. Work with what we've got. Provision use down by 5%. I think we'll say that. We're not going to be mean, but I'm not going to spend money on restocking when we don't need to. So absolutely not. Work with what you've got, please. And then we just need to keep ticking time down until this is done. We should have come with more people, possibly. We should have come with more people, but I didn't know this is what we needed. A dab hand. Okay, can these things speed things up a bit? Oh, dearie me. Impressing Samanta Mandalika feels like a full season's work sometimes. It is. It's like 3 months to try and get one little key thing on him. Despite being hardly the world's greatest noble, he has very curious notions about the standards other people should be held to. In situations like these, the safest thing to do is likely to fall back on what I'm best at, to pick something I do well, and let my skills shine. Although for someone as oft erratic as Mandalika, I could also try to triumph at something thought to be less my bailiwick. Bailiwick? Okay, that must mean like my main strength or something. My skill with diplomacy will surely impress. I could show off my shrewdness or remain aloof. No, let's go for diplomacy. 74% chance that we show off. But yeah, testing your better skill will give less rewards. Yeah, it's 75 prestige. We'll go for that, please. We're not having the rub of the green with this, are we? We are struggling on percentage rolls this time round. Okay, so we failed on that one too. And I imagine he's not very impressed again. Okay, right, let's keep time ticking down until the next phase of this very lengthy scheme comes about. Ruin rambling. Scouting out ahead of the camp, I come across a ramshackle collection of traders. They're gathered around some large but old and ruined buildings, the remaining ones in good condition having been occupied by the merchants. Their wares are fairly standard, food mostly, being on a well-travelled road that would no doubt attract many purchasers. Yet my eye is drawn inexorably toward the grey, pock-marked walls of the ruins. So magnificent they are. The merchants occupy merely the outskirts, but its dilapidated heart remains untouched. Let's try my luck in those ruins. Oh, okay, or buy some provisions, but we don't need provisions. Do you know what? Let's try our luck in those ruins. So we can either potentially find a dusty weapon or a small trinket or nothing. I mean, the way our luck is going, I imagine we're going to find nothing. 29% chance to find nothing. No, we found a fine sword. Oh, okay, yeah. We will equip a fine sword. +4 to prowess, that's not bad. Glory Hound vassal levy contribution up by 2%. Okay, so we're not going to make use of that right now because at the minute we don't have vassals. Okay, 20 days until we can do the first thing on this scheme thing and then just get out of here because we've been here forever. Okay, right. We can do this. We can seize the moment. You finalise your hobnob with ruler against Samanta Mandalika. 41% success chance, but we're going to be here forever otherwise, so let's just give it a go. The scheme spends 5 advantages, making friends in high places. Success! It worked! Hooray! We've been here for a very long time, but it worked. Splendid. So, 45 money comes to us, 60 opinion. That's nice. We gain 225 prestige. We add Samanta Mandalika to our roll of patrons. Okay, I'm not quite sure what that is. We get a hook on them and we got some provisions. But okay, that's neither here nor there because they're already full. Naturally, Samanta Mandalika fell for my charms, for the Song of the Wilds and the romantic life of a travelling scholar, just as I knew he would. At last we make our preparations to leave. Mandalika sad to see us leave, but glad for the small reprieve our company gave him. The small reprieve? We've been there for ages. Of course, it's not all one-sided. I've earned us a rich payment in gifts and supplies for the company, more than enough to justify our time spent tarrying here. The wider world calls. We've a long path ahead of us. Okay, wonderful. What is the role of patrons? I'm not quite sure what that is. And now that we're done over here, I think we just kind of make our way back home again, which is okay. Yeah, where is the role of patrons in here somewhere? Is that a thing that we need to look at? I don't know where it is. I'm not quite sure what the role of patrons is. But, okay, we'll try and find that out for next time. Because I think what we're going to do is we're going to wrap things up for now and come back next time and just carry on our journey. But I think we've had a pretty good start so far. We've gone from all the way down here, which does look a little bit war-torn, actually. There is fighting going on there. So we had a fun boaty journey all the way over here. Our camp has expanded. We've got 3 followers. We found a treasure and we've also hobnobbed a fancy rich person and they gave us some money, which was quite nice. So there we go. All in all, a fairly successful first, couple of years, I think, really almost, at being an adventurer. And there we go. That's kind of it. This is what's going to happen for a while, I think, in our series. At some point, one of our characters will likely settle down. They will manage to get a claim on a bit of land, and then who knows what will happen. They'll settle in it, and then we'll go from there. But for now, I think, yeah, we're going to see Master Geethan the poet doing quite a bit of adventuring and travelling and expanding the camp, and we need to find a spouse next time and try and get an heir and all that kind of stuff. So there is plenty to do. There is a lot of work to be done. But yes, I think we've made a pretty good start. I just noticed over here, there is a spot of plague or something over there. There are germs there, because of course that's now a thing in the game. So, okay, maybe don't go in that direction. Don't go over there and get the plague. Not until you've got an heir anyway. So yeah, there we go. We'll wrap things up for now. Come back next time and see how we get on in our brand new, very exciting Crusader Kings 3 adventure. And yep, this is going to be a series. Big, long, exciting series. I mean, hopefully it's a long series. I don't know. It might be a short series if we get horribly, brutally murdered to death. I don't know. But hopefully we can sort things out and have a lovely long series journeying around maybe this part of the world in Crusader Kings, maybe over here, maybe we'll end up over in the Byzantine Empire. I do not know at all. We will find out when we come back. Hopefully you have enjoyed this, and I really hope you have, because it's always a delight to come back to Crusader Kings 3. It's always lovely. It's like putting on a very comfortable pair of shoes, or a really nice soft pair of slippers or something. It's just very nice to come back and just pop right back in and just play a little bit. So yes, it's been wonderful. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you have, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here next time out in Crusader Kings 3. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. Look at Swain's hat. Oh, it's worth it just for the hat. Oh, it's so pointy. Oh my goodness me. Okay, right, we might have to deploy the decency mugs there. Things are going to get a bit weird, everybody. Buckle yourselves in. I am in the throes of ecstasy, aided by a shoe. He's kept his hat on.